Hello everyone, welcome to Nav Reviews. First of all, I would like to thank my extremely talented friend and fellow Ludin, Benjamin Gallego, for his input on the topic of this video. We basically had a conversation and talked about what we as gamers and Hideo Kojima fans want to see in Death Stranding. So here are the few things that we discussed. Use of the PS4 tech. Specifically the controller speaker and even the mic should be used very effectively. It was done in Metal Gear Solid 5 with the radio call-ins, and in Horizon Zero Dawn as the hologram opening sound was made to come from the controller speaker. But one game used it to perfection, and that game is The Evil Within 2. This voice. It actually came from the controller speaker, and it created this sense of horror and fear that was simply amazing. It really spooked me out. The use of mic in PT was also revolutionary. The players had to say a name in the mic at the end of the game, which led to the game triggering a baby laugh which solved the final puzzle, and that eventually led us to the trailer of Silent Hills. Something similar should be implemented in Death Stranding as well. We know that there are going to be elements of horror and surrealism in this game, or at least we would want Death Stranding to have them. They have been a big part of Kojima's previous games and he is really good at executing them. We all know he wanted to create Silent Hills, and PT was an absolute masterpiece. So we will be very disappointed if there isn't some horror element involved in Death Stranding. One thing we really missed in Metal Gear Solid 5 was good boss battles. There were a few, but they didn't compare to the likes of the previous entries. We want that to come back in Death Stranding, and come back in the best ways possible, where people have no freaking clue about how to beat the boss. I remember Psycho Mantis and the Sorrow battles where I was just so out of ideas and I couldn't think of exactly what to do. I remember quitting the game for a bit too and coming back to it later to try different things and eventually working it out. In Death Stranding, we have been introduced to 5 floating beings in the trailer, and we would so love them to be bosses that we end up battling throughout the game, and each of them being very unique in their own way. The story should have some parallels to real-life events like it has been with the Metal Gear Solid series. It creates this sense of reality, and one actually relates to the story the game ends up telling, and we actually believe that, it might be true. So for this game, this would work even better, as if the story is happening in a parallel universe of sorts, where the history is distorted and altered because of the events we as players and the other characters get to create in the game. Lots and lots of fourth wall breaking. One of the coolest aspects of Kojima's games is the incorporation of brilliant fourth wall breaking sequences. The Psycho Mantis fight being the epitome of that in a video game where he directly talks to us, the players.
So, you like Suikoden? So, you like Azure Dreams? You like Castlevania, don't you?
This absolutely blew my mind away and even scared me in a way. So here's hoping that we get to experience more amazing moments like these. Although we wouldn't mind this game to be very simple and for us to be able to complete the game without using any weapons, but we do know that there are weapons, or sticks as Kojima calls them, in this game. So I would want there to be a wide range of these weapons to be available to us. What gets me excited is the fact that different timelines and eras get fused together in this game, so having a fusion of tech used in weapons could be super cool. Weapons from the past, present and future all combining to create something that is totally new. A cooperative gameplay system where one can become the antagonist or even a partner in someone else's story or parallel universe. Basically, total freedom on how we choose to use this online gameplay system. No doubt that the online system that is going to be implemented in this game has got us very intrigued. Kojima says that it is going to be something new and the analogy of ropes is going to come in play. It would be great to have a co-op option in which players can affect each other's world in order to get to certain areas, or maybe help each other by signals to avoid the creatures that we have been seeing in these trailers. Whatever it is, I really hope it turns out to be a lot of fun. To be honest, we absolutely loved watching long Kojima cutscenes in the Metal Gear Solid series. I think he directs them much better than actual movie directors out there. His cinematic vision is absolutely brilliant. So I wouldn't just mind putting my controller down and watching a long ass cutscene play out. And with Death Stranding, I would want them to be even longer, cause who wouldn't want to see the likes of Mads Mikkelsen, Norman Reedus, Lindsay Wagner and Lea Seydoux deliver scintillating performances? Like, let them show off their acting prowess. A very Kojima-style, complex story with amazing twists and turns and memorable characters. I want this game to be a start of a new grand saga that will again go down as one of the best storylines ever made in the gaming industry. We would love to see the use of multiple gadgets to traverse different environments. Since we play as a delivery man and we need to overcome different obstacles to get to our destination, like climbing mountains, crossing rivers, it would be really cool to see if there is some kind of transportation vehicle or a gadget that speeds up vertical climbing. Like in Metal Gear Solid 5, where we had multiple ways of traversing the map. I'm not sure how many different environments we will be getting to explore in Death Stranding, but this would definitely be a cool addition and would add an extra layer to the gameplay. We've gotten hints from the trailers that as a player dies, a crater is left in its place. There is still the possibility that this is not the only way in which the game environment can be changed, and we would love to see our world being changed throughout the gameplay and be different from everyone else's. This would make each player's playthrough very unique. And why not even throw a dynamic weather system in there to keep things interesting while we travel through this whole world? And finally, exploration. We love exploration in games and being able to discover forgotten ruins that have a story to tell. We hope that there is some sort of free roaming and places to discover, so that we uncover more clues as to what this world is that we are playing in. So these were the few things that we thought we would want to see in Death Stranding. What would you guys want to be in this game? Let us know in the comments. We actually look forward to hearing from you guys. So until next time, take care.